Here we go. Hello, everybody. This is going to be a live video that show where we do arts and crafts for adults because we use sharp things like scissors and needles and heat guns and hot glue guns and dangerous electrical items. But we're also a chat room where we interact with the chat as we go along the evening. So let me see if I can find my chat room. Get us up here. It always takes me a while to do it. And it's just easier to do it now than ever. There it is. Let me turn that down, and here we go. So who's in the room? Margaret's the first one in the room. Hi, Sharon. Sharon Lumbar, did you get any flooding? I was worried about you yesterday. Were you okay? Are you high and dry? She lives on the coast, the Pacific coast, and I don't know if if she had an effect on the tsunami or salami. Was it the tsunami or the tsunami or the salami? Sharon said no flooding. Good, no flooding. I didn't think it was going to be that much. Joe has an uncle that lives down south of you in Ventura, and he said they didn't get much either. Maybe a foot or nothing, no flooding. Right, there you go. Thank you, honey. They were just a foot. Yeah. But I did hear where Hawaii got some little back flooding, a little bit in Hawaii. But I think everybody was well prepared for this event, and there was a lot of precautions and announcements, and I think that's what we need. Just that high alert to let us know just in case. So I think the alarms and whoever's in charge of earthquakes and that, I think they do a great job, and they certainly got a lot of good information from it. Hi, Esther. Come on in. See what we can get into. I got some happy mail today. I can't wait to show it to you, and I will show them again after a while. I'll show them again before I go off. I'll try to show them. But look at all of these little sweet things. These are hidden paper clips. So let me find a piece of paper. So they go on like this. And I would pick a flimsy piece of paper. Okay, plan B. Let's see here if I can find another piece of paper. Here we go. Here's something. But they're hidden paper clips. And I think Margaret and Vanessa were in cahoots with each other. And I think they've been crafting. I do. I think they've been crafting together. These are so sweet. They've got corners on all of them. They have front and back decorations. They are just so very cute. And I think this is so formal that if there was any way that you can use a paper clip when you're having a festive activity like a wedding or an anniversary and you're having a party and you want to give these out, I think they would be beautiful for that. Really, really beautiful. And they'll be pretty on our notebooks. And let's see, I need to pick one out. See if I can pick one out from my fairy book. I've got a fairy book I've been working on. So let's see which one I want to use for the fairy book. I did work in my fairy book yesterday. I was on with Rebecca and Dana, and look at that. Isn't that pretty? And it can also mark your page that you're on or whatever, And this can go over here on top of this one. Like that. Like that. Oh, I like it. So that one's, I found a home for that one. And I do work in this book every day nowadays. And this is my 100 Days of Prompt book. And we will do that after a bit. See if I can find one that fits it real good. This one. There we go. So I can put them on all my books. And these are my current books too. These are the books that I'm working in at this moment. And one for my doll book. Oh, this will be really nice for my doll book. Look at that. All right, that goes right with that book. It's meant to be. Oh, what else have I got? I'm running low on them. I got 5 more. And so I thought I would put them in my books that I'm working on. And then I have a tandem book that I use once a month. I use this one once a month. And let's see. Let's put this one on here. And it could go sideways. Because I got stuff at the top. So that'll work. Beautiful. So I really do appreciate it. I've thought about putting them in Happy Mail, and I'll have to think about it. I've started doing sending my mail out with just a flat envelope. If it was flat, I could do it. This one's the flattest one, and I can send it in an envelope. But it's still going to run me $4 to mail this if it's that fat. So I'll have to think about that. And I've been trying to be good for shipping so much this year or this lately. Ever since the stamps went up again, I decided I was going to quit shipping out as much as I had been. And it can get quite expensive and each month. But there isn't any reason why I can't do flat packages, because I've got so many things here that I can use for flat packages. So I think that's my take on it. But I might be able to do one every now and then just for specials. So I'm thinking about it. And I also have been, while we're here, waiting on everybody to get in, see who else has come in. Anybody else come in? I bet you some people slipped right up into the balcony. Teresa's here. Hi, Teresa. Anybody else that I missed? Nobody talking. Okay. So I'm glad you all are here, and I'm glad you're up in the balcony, by all means. So let's see if I can find another piece of pretty paper. Like this. And I'm going to make some of these girls here while we're hanging out. Here. So thank you, Margaret. That is awesome. I also got some happy mail from Teresa. I guess we can open it now since she's here. And look, they saved me stamps. They gave me stamps back. So I need to send Teresa some stamps. Send her a few stamps. And I've got an envelope for Teresa right here. So she'll get some stamps back. Because she's going to be going in the hospital here pretty soon. And I'm thinking that she said August the 5th. So I don't know if she'll have to spend overnight or not. Oh, sorry about that. But so let's see what Teresa sent me. Oh, she sent me some Stampin' Ups. She stamped me some stuff. And I have no idea. I think, did I send you any? I think I did. I think I sent her some. And I can send her a few more things. So the first things first, we're going to tear that good stamp off and put it out and reuse it later. So look at this. Oh, how nice. Look at the choo-choo trains. So one of these are going to go in Tim's envelope because he's our choo-choo man. He's our choo-choo guy. So great. That is so cute with the choo-choo trains. Hero. You are my hero. She sent me an envelope in return. Oh, look. Oh, this was my envelope trade with Kellyanne. And she put a seahorse on it. So that was cute. Very cute. So I've got a pretty envelope to play with, and I will probably just use it as is in a journal later. I've got some, but it's empty. Thank you, honey. And then she sent me another envelope. This was what the trade was. Oh, look, she put me some foreign language on there, and a seahorse. Isn't that cute? And then that was the same seahorse she put on here, so she used it like a stamp. That's cute. Thank you, Teresa. I really like it. And I'm going to be doing someday, somewhere over the rainbow, I am going to be doing a mermaid book. But it's not going to be this year. I can tell you right now. I got too many irons in the fire right now. But I'm having fun with everything that I'm doing. So she sent me all of hers are on vellum. Now, I was real tickled to death and excited that of some of the different materials that people have sent their stamp trade on. And so I thought that was interesting. So this is vellum, and look at all she's got Alice in Wonderland on there, friendship, Paris and a feather. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. And it looks like she's got them. They're all about the same. They look like they're about the same. So thank you so much, Teresa. That is wonderful. So we will get to use some of these in our art. And I think I'm going to leave one of them out right now. And these I'm going to put back in the envelope. And these will go in. I have a folder with my stamps in them. I think it's over there. But I think I might try to use these today. And I think I have an envelope over here for Tim started. Because every time I find an envelope or find a train, I try to accommodate. I do. I try to accommodate people. I try to do what's right. But anyway, I'll set it right here with my other little reminders to do some stuff. So what I think I'm going to do with this is I'm going to start trimming some of these out. The Queen. It says the Queen. And a ticket. It says, what does that ticket say? Admit one or what? What does it say? I can't tell what it says. I looked at it from both sides. I'm sure it says something. I'm not sure. I can't read it. But that's okay. It's not important. What's important are these little things here. And this is what you do when you get your stamps. You can use them and then make a collage, collect them. Her Majesty, Her Majesty. And I was watching Juju last night, and she has a Queen's book. She's got the Queen in a book, and I think I've got one over here that I've started, but I don't know that I've finished it. And I just saw it the other day, so I know it's not hidden too much. But I'm going to snippet these apart, put them right there. Garden. Like that. And these. Like that. And we'll cut my feather. Like that. There's the Mad Hatter. And some more writings. We're all mad here. I'm mad, you're mad. How do you know I'm mad? Asked Alice. You must be, said the cat. You you wouldn't be here. You must be mad. He was a character, that kitty cat, Chester cat. A character. All right. So I'm trimming this page up like that. It says, would you help me, please? Which way I ought to go from here? As she talks to the, was it a caterpillar on the mushroom or the cat on a mushroom? She talked to somebody on a mushroom in the forest. Which way should I go? This way or that way? So there are some of my prints that I'm going to try to use today to show you all how to use your punches. I've got a book that I've started, and it's the map book that I've showed it to you all several times, and it's around here somewhere. And I was going to use it as a blue book. I was. And if I do, I can use some of these in my map book as soon as I find it again. And then this, I'm making some dolls here. So, who else come in? Well, hello, Janet Nash and Barbara Deer. Do you know any Alice in Wonderland songs? Do they have any songs? Surely they have some songs. Bonnie's here. Carol's here. Good to see you all. Hello, everybody in the balcony. So this is what I'm going to do to this. That's good. I'm going to put these in my doll book, and I have ulterior motives to dress her. And I've got a basket here, right here. Can y'all see that basket? And it's got some goodies in it I'm going to use to decorate her with. That's what I'm going to do. Ah, nice. Yeah, it's here. Thank you, honey.
Did you make that?
No.
It's kiwi. Like kiwi and lemon.
It's okay. Tastes good. Something wet.
All right.
Something wet for my whistle. So there's one. We're going to decorate these here. So I have the work a little bit on the dolls, and then I can show you what I did yesterday in the fairy book, and then we're going to do some of the 100 days of prompts. So here is two of the dolls I have. And I've got some fabric. A little bit of fabric over here. And I thought that she would look cute with a little cape. With a little bit of cape. And let's see if I can do it. Everything's over here getting ready to slide down my way. So if I do that, how about if I go halvesies with this piece? Can I do it with halvesies? I think I might. And then I've got some ribbon. Let's cut this in half. And try it. I've got more of this. And then she said, so I can do that. I can glue her on that as well. And then I have some ribbon and string. So what I'm going to do is take and glue some of this on there. I've got my hot glue on. Like that. I could also sew it on, but I'm just going to do this, and then on top of that, I'm going to put some of this right in the middle of that hot glue, and it will take it as well, like that. So that's going to be her little cape. She's going to be a superwoman, a power woman. I did show off my Power Woman book the other day. And I know a lot of you've seen my Power Women book. Put that right there. And I don't think there's a front or back to this. I'm going to put some more of this down. That's all she gets. Some of that. And some of this. Just a little press like that. Of course, she's going to clash with the purple. Blue and purple, do they go together? Do they go good together? We'll see. So I'm going to put her there, and then her cape's going to go over top of her shoulders. Like that. And I think I will put a little dot of glue on the for her cape to hold it on. Now, stay down. Stay. So, hi Diane and Doretha, Joyce. Hi everybody. Good to see you all come in. We're fixing up this little paper doll. Just for the spur of the moment. Out of the spur of the moment. We're giving her a little cape. And this sponge is in Mariah's and her partner. They have a stencil company, and it was gifted to me from Xena. She's our little mermaid crafter, and she had these and gave them away as a prize, and I won one prize earlier this year, and that's how I got custody of it. And I know you all will help me remember what we're the PM Artists. That's it. Thank you, Diane. PM Artist Studios. They have stencils and stamps, and this was a limited edition, and it was of different women, and they were chunky stencils, and so. Um, I don't know if they carry the dolls anymore, but they carry lots and lots of different stencils. And there are people in our community that has uh, designed some stencils. And I'm thinking of Yolanda Devon for Art. She has stencils in there. Miriam Wolf, our friend from Israel, she has stencils in there, and many, many more. Hi, Janice. Thank you, Janice, putting that in. There's lots of other people who also have made stamps, and I'm thinking maybe Debbie Epps has designed some stamps. There's a lot of them in there. So anyway, I wanted to make a little girl like this, and I think it looks just fine. Just like that. I let the little stragglies hang, and so that's, I don't know what else I could do with her. I think she looks good just like that. And we can cut these to make a match, maybe. A little. So But that was my design for that today. And then I have another one over here that we'll do. And this was a tablecloth that was dry rotted, and it had holes in it, but the lace and everything was so pretty on it. So I'm using it. I'm cutting it up, and I'm using them in my journals and things. And it would be you could even stamp on this fabric if you had a design that you wanted to put, like a Wonder Woman's design or something. I don't know. You could do all kinds of things with this fabric. Hi, Jessie. Hello, everybody coming in. I'm so glad you're here. So we've just made two little dollies, and if you make your dollies, flat, then they can go in the mail without any problems. You know, so that's why I'm making them flat. And I'm going to, and these two I'm going to, I'm promising these to give away. These are already spoken for. And since they turned out so cute, stinking cute they are, and I just like doing that, like that. And those are perfect. I don't have to do a thing to those. So there's another little girl, and I have another one to make. Let's see if I can make one more. Uh, I've got another little girl to make, and she's not real big. Well, she's almost as big as the others. She looks tinier. We'll do her up. And we'll put this over there. And I do have some bows, but I don't know if I need a bow. I use a lot of bows in my art. And I kind of like these. Do we want to go with a blue bow? I think we do. I think we do. We could put it on her pocket. I think that's either her hands or her pocket right there. We'll put it right there. It'll make it less bulky. And there's no front or back to these bows. So that's good. And then I've got one more. Well, I got two more really, but let's decorate this one. See if I can get two more out of this. It was a round tablecloth. And I paid $1 for it. Since from somebody. Don't know where I got it at. So we just want this much. I was using my pinking shears earlier. And this is just the outer layer of this tablecloth, and I still have the center yet, but you can see where the holes are. So there was no way that this could have been saved. but it's getting a new life. Good for us to have it. There we go. There we go. Put those away. Put this away. Okay, let's see if I got any more trimmings over here. I think I gotta get some more of the ribbon. I need another piece of ribbon. Of this. I think that's all I need. Okay. So how's everybody doing? Is everybody doing okay today? Have I said hi to everybody? Thank you, Janet. The bows, no, I've used all of those bows. They were little black bows, and there might be one or two left in my button box. Um, and I did buy some more ribbon to make more. So, because it's been 3 or 4 years since she's been gone, and I've been using them. I used them for sure. That was, that kind of helped me as far as mourning. Mourning is, we all mourn when we lose someone we love, and I just had the joy of having a lot of craft supplies, that my mother had that I got custody of, and I was fortunate to have that, and I think it really helped when it came down to you know mourning for her. Every little bit of it helped. She's she was watching over me. She was. Put some of that in there just for fun. I can't eat that right now, Jeff. He's trying to feed me, guys. He's trying to feed me. So there's that one. Simple, just simple. 2 layers of ribbon would have been cute too. I don't know why I just come up with this. There was no rhyme or reason why I did. Just what happened. What fell off of my table. That's all that it was. So let's put that there. That one's too short. And that one there. So then we can trim this one. These could go back in the basket. I'll get 2 more bows. We're on a roll. I was only going to do 1, and I've done 4. We're using the blue bows today. And these were just off of Amazon. That's where I got those from. So let's dress her. Turned out cute. I like them that they're long. There were some dolls that I had in my stash uh, from previous doll trades, and some of the girls left them long, and I just thought that was just so fancy. It was neat. It was neat to have the long. So there's that. Will, come here. Come here, come here. There. And a little trim. A little trimming. And a little bow. A little bow. And I have one more. Then we'll quit. Okay. Yeah, but she was the first crafter, and I followed in her steps. And my mother was a school teacher, and she majored in art. That was her elementary education, and she was very crafty, very crafty. Um, and she taught for 35 years in the same elementary school that we all went to. And so I was spoiled because my first year of school, mother was just down the hall. She went to school and I went to school at the same time. And so we rode to school, and my brother and sisters were ahead of me. They were already in the school, but we had mom down the hall if we ever needed anything. So I was fearless. I was fearless. I was a happy child. I really was. And so mother was always uh, in charge of the table decorations and they would have bulletin boards at school, and they had two bulletin boards, and one in the upper classes and one in the lower classes, and all the teachers had to sign up for a month, 1 month out of the year, to make a bulletin board. And uh, and so some of the teachers just were not artsy at all. So they would always come down and say, Miss Jackson, can you help me with my bulletin board this month? And mother keep had stashes of everything for every holiday of the month. And that's why I kind of do holidays of the month. I have St. Patrick's, and then we have, Valentine's and Easter, and we have all these different holidays every month. And that's where I get my ideas from. It's from her all these years. They're bound to rubbed off. Just bound. Okay, that's four of those. So, okay. And then, let me show you my fairy book that I've got. um, got a fairy book, and I talked about this the other day, and it was pressed fairies. It's called Lady Coddington's Pressed Fairy Book, and it's from England. It's the stories about over in England. Janet, do you know who the pressed fairies are? Have you heard the tale? It's a folklore, and instead of pressing flowers, and I bought some flowers, pressed flowers to go in this book. So I got some of these to put in the fairy book. And the tale goes it was back in early 1900s, and then about 19, I guess 21, they started publishing a book about it, the story, the folklore. And it was about this little girl. There was two sisters, and grandmother had given one of the girls a book to put her flowers in to press. And she took the book, and she was sitting out by the old garden shed. This potting shed was still out there, and there was a chair in the behind the shed. There was a chair, and she sat down there, and all of these fairies came out of the woods. And so she thought, huh. And the little girl went splat, and she splatted a fairy in her book, in the book. So she started the collection of the pressed fairies. Well, the story goes that, and they talked to each other, the girls, and they said, "Mom, Grandma's going to be upset with you because she said that was for flowers, not for fairies." And she says, "Well, I'm not going to tell her. Are you?" Can you imagine two sisters? Well, the sisters and the people are real, and then the story of the fairies in the pressed fairy book was questionable. They didn't know if it was a hoax or if it was real or not. And they had pictures, and you can see these two old pictures, and somehow they got a hold of a camera. And back then, it's not like today. They didn't have their cell phones to snap pictures, but they had an old camera that belonged to an uncle, maybe, or their dad or somebody, and they borrowed the uncle to take pictures. And there were pictures taken where they had these little sprites in the film, and they never could tell how those sprites, those little orbs, got in there. And of course the girls were saying, well, it's the fairies, it's in the I got them on camera. And so they did. There's all kinds of videos online if you want to listen to any of their stories of people talking about them and people doing book reviews on this very book. And the original book had was a hardback, and this one is a paperback. And I got it off of the used books on the internet, and I think I only paid about $5 for this book, in good condition, and everything was in the book. I didn't see anything missing or anything wrong with the book, but I've claimed the book. And I decided, it was a used book, and I'm repurposing the book. And all through the book, there is like a diary, and like here, and there's a date of the diaries, and it goes all the way back, I think, to October 1896, before this one, and they're behind these things. And then the diary has an entry form with the pressed fairy on this other side. And the pictures weren't really cute. They were like surprised faces because they were expecting to get smashed. And some of the pictures just weren't attractive. So I printed out some pretty fairies to put on top of the smashed fairies. And you can see some of them are dressed and some of them aren't dressed. and they weren't modeled fairies by any means. And but there's an entry on how this fairy was. I knew there was a fairies behind the potting shed, so I went and sat very still with my book open in my lap. And the fairies was curious, and they something, and they all came around to look at me, and one landed on my book, and I went slap and banged the book shut, and I caught the fairy. It is a really beautiful one. I like it the best. And this one is kind of a cute fairy. She's got a dress on, and I think it's more of a flower petal, but no, it looked like a dress. But they weren't really cute. But I had these postcards, so I've decided to use my postcard collection of fairies. And this is a postcard, but there's they're all 50 different fairies, and I'm using these to cover up the ugly ones and the printed things. So, but there's a diary, and it goes on through. Here is 1899. Here's a big one, and the first few entries are childish, and they're very phonic. They're misspelled words, and very. I can read phonics better than I can English. and and then as she gets older, and when she writes in her book as she gets older, because this one's 96, this one's 1899, and she's writing much better. Her writing is improved, and they go on and on and on throughout the book, and it's a storybook about the pressed flowers. So let's see, this one's 1906. It's been 3 years since I caught my last fairy. I have finally worked up the courage to open my pressed fairy book. I opened it boldly at the last pressing, and the fairy who said her name was Tuppence. Strangely, I no longer felt quite guilty or afraid. And then I looked at this last press fairy, it seems to me that there are something odd, but I couldn't put my finger on it. And it's a different type of fairy. And you see, when she splatted it, it's like all of the blood and guts are squishing out. So that's why I'm putting in my printed pictures and my postcards, because I'm going to alter this book, and I did this last night, and so I'm going to be working in this book as a journal for fairies. And some of this was happy mail and stickers and things that I've gotten, and that's how I want to use this book as an altar fairy book. But also, in the back of the book, there was this band across 3 or 4 pages. It was a protected book band, and it says here, sealed by Lady Cottingham for the protection of the innocent. So these were a little bit more nude. There's nude pictures back here. And I said, well, I'm not going to show the nude pictures, but you see bottoms and tops and things. But that's not, that's just another thing that's in the book. And but the paper in this book is like mixed media paper. It is thick, and it feels, like a mixed media book. And I thought, well, I bought the book to use it as a fairy book, or if I thought maybe I would find fairies that I can cut out to put in another fairy book that I was going to make. But I decided that when I got that this was going to be my fairy book. And so that's how this became alive. Hi, Linda. Hi, Belinda, Marty. Hi, guys. Thank y'all for coming in. So that's the fairy book, and I'm not going to work in it tonight. Another thing, we're going to move on, and we can maybe later, but I've got some other things I want to do. So I thought I would talk about that a little bit. Oh, Candy said there's a second book called Lady Cottingham's Fairy Album. Oh, okay, Candy. I didn't know there was a second book. And see, when I found the book, I went nuts. And I thought, oh wow, nobody's going to know about this, but half of you all already know about the story. And so it's a fairy story that's been well told over the years since the 1900s. So that's awesome, and I'm sure Janet knows all about it. You have never heard of Lady Cottingham? Look her up. Look her up. And you can Google it also in YouTube and get some videos. And it's Lady Cottingham's. Lady Cottingham. Coddington's. I'm sorry. Lady Coddington's, not ham. No ham involved. Coddington's. And it's an English tale. So good. Okay. Yeah, well, I found out and I did my research. So that was that. Now, what's next? And here's the Flower Fairies postcard book that I had. I've been hoarding this for several years, and I've decided I've got to break in and use them. So some of these will go into that book, and the fairies. So yeah, goblins and ghouls, and that was another thing with. They do talk about that in some of the information that fairies, goblins, ghouls, and gnomes and things like that kind of all go together in the same um, stories, folklores, tales, and stories. So it was just fun to learn about it, and I did, and so I can't wait to use some of these postcards, and I might even try painting one, doing some paintings on some of the print that's in that book on a print page or over top of one of the I'm sorry, pressed fairies. I might be able to paint over top of the pressed fairies. So God, keep it proper. Keep it proper. So that was all what that's all about. And I also wrote down some words, and I looked them up and wrote them down, and I'm going to type them out and print them out on some pretty paper. And these are going to be some words that I'm going to cut out and put around. You know how I put a word at the top. I might put one of these words up here, or I thought about put three or four of them around here for decoration. Some of these words, and print them out on some pretty paper. So that's what that was about. And see, I could put be dazzled or charmed or something up here on this one. And mushrooms would be cute in this book, and any kind of flowers. And I was also going to look at my napkins and look for some napkins that I can use on this, and then that way the print would show through some of the napkin, and you can see this in the background. But this would be some of these pages back here, like this one here. I could paint a fairy here, and on top of the writing, and that to be perfect background for it. And it's no disrespect, but there's lots of these books left, and it is a used book, so I'm repurposing this little thing. I'm not uh it's done with love, no disrespect from an artist point of view, and that's my story. And I'm sticking to it. So anyway, we'll put that way, and we're going to do the prompts now. Let's get our prompts out. And these will go with the fairy book. And I haven't decided where I'm going to store them at, but I'll stick them right there. And I got this off of the used books, and this is a flow book. Love it, love it. And I think there's several other girls that have gotten it since I've gotten it. So this is going to be up front on my desk to use as well. I love that book. Okay, so what we got to do now is find my prompt list. Oh, I did give out the doll trade names for all of those who are playing along with the dolls, the doll trade. Here it is. And your partners are as follow. We've got Goldie and Dana, Lori Beth and Michelle Glitter, Cindy and Esther, Jassy and Doretha, Marty and Pam, Lori and Belinda, Teresa and Debbie. Those are the doll partners. And if anybody has an extra doll that they would like to mail out to one of the shut-ins or our one-way, we've got a couple of people in the one-way category, and I've got a couple of names. So if anybody has anything to say to me about the doll trade, type it in caps so that I won't miss you. If you have any questions, I will show you briefly some of the dolls that this is the doll book that I made for this year. I've got a pretty little hidden paper clip up there. Isn't that cute? And some of my and if you send me, okay, Marty, if you send me a paper doll, I will send you one of my paper dolls back. I will send you a paper doll back. Uh, and I will tell you Pam's last name. And I don't know if she's in the group. I'll have to see if she's in the group. Let's double check. I've been in here all day. It would be under P if she's in here. Yes, she's in the Marty Pam Barnes, Barnes, and she's in the system. Ginger Pam Barnes, and she's been streaming at night. Steffi, okay, Steph. No problem, honey. You have any questions? You have any extra dolls? Anybody have any extra dolls? Okay, Goldie, thank you. Thank you, Goldie. Marty was up in the balcony and she was trying to get out to the middle of the aisle and she ended up walking all over Goldie. Tripped on her. She probably stuck her leg out and tripped you, Marty. Okay. Thank you, Marty. I'll be sending you one. Hi, Dana. Okay, Goldie. No problem. So, Doretha, okay. Well, I can give it to you now. Send one to Barbara Batzer, Doretha. Barbara Batzer. She is a lovely, lovely gal that she doesn't always make it to the lives, but she does like to play. She likes to, and she might send you some Happy Mail back. Doretha. I don't have you on here, Doretha. Oh, yeah, I do. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, and Goldie. Okay. Oh, Janet received her felted flower. Did you watch Ann Lauer on Sunday? Ann Lauer, she streams on Sundays and Wednesdays, and she put her all of her flowers on a piece of green felt, and so did Aunt Beck. But she embroidered them on the felt, and she's going to hang it up. Okay, Doretha, write it down right now. Can you write it down? Because I will forget to message you. I got too much, on my plate. So, but anyway, I have already showed you all of my little flowers that I've received. And Beck had a flower trade, and I've showed them to you. Now, let's see what I did. Oh, here they are. And so I'm going to be putting these in my fabric book that I have, and I've showed you all my fabric book 100 times. But these are the flowers, and I'm going to do the same thing in my fabric book. I'm going to make a page and put all of these little flowers on there. And I've got a piece of paper on here with a name on it. This one's from Goldie. So anyway, I've got there was 8 of us in this flower trade, and Joyce Boring and Ann and Goldie and Becky and Beck, and this was from Janet Nash, and then Kathy Whitley. Hers is right here. So I'm gonna use all of these things and make a page in my fabric journal. And if I get time today, I might be able to start it. I've got it out ready to go. So let's get this prompt game off of our desk. And there's more. There's more. Goldie last night, that little, she's a troublemaker. She is enabling us to do all kinds of crafts. She found in her possession a postcard album, a little book that postcards fit in. And she decided, she counted them. There's 100 of them. There's 50 pages. So she decided to do 100 days of postcards with one prompt. I think Dana's going to do it, and I'm going to do it. I don't know who else. And again, it's the same thing with the 100-day prompts. You don't have to do it every day. Do it when you do one or two, a week or a month. It doesn't matter. Just when you feel like doing them. You don't have to do them every day. And like today, I'm going to do 2. Okay. Pam. I didn't get named. I'm going to have to go back and watch the watch the videos of me opening these. I know this is the back, but I like the back as much as I do the front. Janet, it's really, I put something right there. I love that blue, is what it is. This is Kathy Whitley, and this one's Ann's. And that's all that I think I have. Do you know? Do you know when you mailed it by chance? And this was Aunt Beck's card, and this was from Joyce Boring. She's quite the artist. I'm going to give, no, Dana, not yet. I haven't seen it yet. Did she give today's prompt? Because I'm going to do the postcard thing too. Uh, Pam, uh, do you remember when you mailed it? If it's been like 1 week, it can still be in the mail, according to my postal service. Sometimes they're slow. Yes, they did, Steffi. They sure did. I loved them. And I was putting them in this box. So, I haven't gotten it yet. And you don't remember me opening it. I try to make a big deal when I open things. Okay, so, uh, oh, Dana, uh, Juju's going to start at Friday night. Okay, Esther, have a nice dinner. Um, Juju is going to start the postcard swap tomorrow night. So we got to make some postcards. So this is going to be for today. We're going to do prompts for 2 pages in our 100-day challenge. And I need some numbers between 1 and 120. Okay, Steph. 117, 30, 46, a heart. I'm not going to use that. I, I need another piece of paper. A heart. And, oh, here it comes. Let me get busy here. 30 is purple. You can also type it out if you want to type, if you don't know what number it is and you want to do something specific, type it out and I'll write it down. 46 is geometric shapes. And number 2 is stencils. This is fun. I like doing this stuff. 14 is a brayer. And 36 is blue. Woohoo! Oh, it's metallic blue too. So that won't be a problem. I've got metallic blue. I'll just go ahead and get it out. It's metallic. And then 88. 88 is, oh, glitter, sequence, and bling. Yay! 72 is ribbon or lace. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Number 8 is markers. Oh, okay, 24, excuse me, is glitter. So we've got bling and glitter specifically. You can use your glitter pens if you have them. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I need 10 more. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I need 10 more. Number 5 is stamps of any kind. 93 is a napkin. And 12 is modeling paste or texture paste. And 62 is postage stamps. Okay. So this stamps up here is going to have to be ink stamps. And 107, 105, 107 is a paper clip. I get to use one of my hidden paper clips. Woohoo! Didn't take much to excite me. I need 5 more. See anything in there that strikes a fancy? $32 is black. 27 is yellow. Well, we know what I'm going to make with yellow and black. Can you guess? 27 and 97. A positive word. 2 more. 55. 55. A household item. And 91. That's the last. That's all I need. felt. So it could be a piece of felt, as in fabric, or I might be able to felt something to put on the page. I can felt a bumblebee. I'll get the felt and the black and the yellow together. Okay. I am tickled to death with that. Doesn't take doesn't take much to make me happy. I was I was a happy baby. And so here's some stamp things that Teresa gave me, so I can use these for my stamps. So let's find a page. And I did a Happy Mail page Tuesday night on this page. It wasn't a prompt page, but I used it as because it's 100 days of art, and so we've done 33 days of art. So this will be 34 and 35 because we're doing two. Okay, so the first one is a half page here. So we've got to do some hearts and we've got to do purple. Well, I've got some purple paper right here. And I've got some hearts, a heart punch right here. Let's make some hearts. Let's do it. Okay, there's our purple heart. And I'm wondering, let's see what else we've got. There's a blue. I'm going to put the blue down first for a blue background. So that's what I'm going to do. See if we can do that. So, good night, Janet. Thank you for coming in and playing. It's been fun. Super, super fun. So we got some blue down. So that's good. I'm going to heat gun it, dry it a little bit. And another thing that I've been wanting to do, I want to make a Big Bertha. A Big Bertha book. Like Juju. When I grow up, I want to be just like Juju. I'm more like Peter Pan. I don't want to grow up. So we've got our purple hearts on here. And let's go over here and start marking them off. We got purple hearts and blue. Oh, I was supposed to use the brayer. Okay, well, I can still use the brayer. I used metallic blue. But I can put some lighter blue on top of it and use the brayer. This is a bluish gray, and I'm going to put it on top of my blue and brayer it down. Like that. Kind of looks like a cloud. We're just going to leave it at that. Looks like a cloud to me. So we just might be making a little garden here. So I did the brayer. And we need a stencil. Hi, Nora. Did you come in to say hi to me? Did you come in to say hi to me? Yes, you did. My girl. My Nora girl. I see you over there. So here we could put some more flowers. I tell you what, I've got an old stencil in here. Let's see if I can find it. It's one of the oldest ones I have. Let's just see if I have it. It was yellow back in the day. It was a yellow stencil. I don't see it. That's all right. We got others. There's butterflies. We could put some butterflies on there. I'll be all right. So let's put that over here out of the way. And we'll put some butterflies on here. And let's see about stippling. I can use my markers to put these butterflies on. Let's see if I can do it with some bright colors. So I'm using my stencil and tracing a butterfly down with my brush tip markers. So there, I used a stencil. Oh, let's give it a partner. Let's give it a little partner. Like that. All right. So let's mark those off. We did our brush tip markers and we did our stencil. Now we need a geometric shape. Oh, we got the circle. We've got circle bleeding tissue papers, and we'll make a sun or something. Let's find an orange or a yellow one. And these came from Sharon. Thank you, Sharon. I've been using them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And these are fun to play with. There's big ones. Oh, I've never used the big one. I don't need the big one. I just need a little one. Let's get a little one. Oh, these are mediums. They've got 3 sizes. And you can see they're punched out of a whole stack of tissue papers. And I'm sure they came, you buy them that way. Well, come on. That's what we want right there. So we'll just put this over here. And we're going to glue it down. Like that. And we'll go off the page a little bit. I feel like there's 2 pieces there, but there's not. So we'll get the little scissors out. Like that. So we're using it. And that's our geometric shape. And then bling, ribbon, and lace in the hearts. I was thinking about putting these down like flowers. Something like that. And I will outline them because they need to be outlined. They don't show up too good. Now I had some ribbon and lace. Or lace. Ribbon or lace. Oh, I've got a bag of stuff here. Let's see if I can find some ribbon or lace. And then bling and glitter. So I could put some glitter on the sun. Oh, here's some ribbon. This is the type of ribbon I make those little bows out of, like my mom made. I can call them my mama's bows. That's what I'll do. I'll make some more bows and call them mama's bows. Hi, Michelle. So everybody else doing okay? If you need me, type in caps as I'm in my little zone over here. So we've got ribbon and lace, bling and glitter. Okay, I can go ahead and do the glitter. And I'm going to use my gold glitter in my little salt shaker. That the cutest thing you ever did lay your eyes on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my glue stick and just really put a bunch of glue on this orange sun. showed her my glue orange. And I'm going to sprinkle some of this gold glitter. Tap, 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 and it comes out. And then this goes back up on the shelf. And I'm going to pounce this off in the garbage can. And these are going to be the stalks. I'll put these for this, the 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 heart flowers will have a little pink stalk stem like that, and like that. Like that. Two more. A little pink stem. It looks cute. Like that. And I think I'll outline these with a black pen someday, later today. So this can go in the basket. Got the butterflies and the bling. Now the bling I can put on the flowers like this. Oh, these would be pretty. Let's use some of these. I just need 5. Just need 5. Like that. And there's no glue on these, so I can put them on the hearts. They're tulip hearts. They can be tulip hearts. So they're going to go on there like this. Like that. And that'll take a little bit to dry, but that's okay. So, okay, Doretha. Bridget's awake. Okay, honey. So I think I got all my prompts on there. Now, resin and glitter. Yep, I did them all. And I'll take a picture of this too, and post it in the Facebook group. Jessie will be wanting to do them. Okie dokie. They're in there. All right. That looks really good. Now, let's do the next one. That's the name of the group, Bethy's Crafty Mixed Media group, Room. You got that right. Did have it over here. Wonder what I did with it. I saw it just a few minutes ago. Um, I can put the link in. You have to ask to join, Michelle, and if you want to participate in any art, any if you do any kind of art, or you have something that's some kind of arty related or anything, you could post anything artsy in my group. And when we do our games, we use the address file in my room for that. So let me go over here and get that for her. Uh, but here's my group. You have to ask to join, and uh, I will, I will accept you later. Let's see. How do I share? Uh, if you can look that up, that's all I can do right this second. Uh, or message me and I can give it to you after I get off. Oh, thank you, Michelle. You're handier than me. Thank you, thank you, Steph. Okay, so I want to tap this extra glitter off into the garbage, and that was a no mess, no fuss glitter project. I can remember when we used glitter as a kid. We would get a paper plate, the old-fashioned paper plates, none of these new ones either. And we would put our project on the plate with glue on it, and we would sprinkle the glitter on top of the project, and then we would tap it off, lay it over to the side, and then we would take that paper plate and fold it in half and pour all the extra glitter back in the bottle. How many of y'all remember doing that? Do I have anybody as old as I am that used to do it that way? And then they invented glitter glue. Oh my goodness. Glitter glue's the best. And really it is the best to do these days. And you can buy glitter glue in different colors, and then you can use, and there's no glittery involved. No flying glitter anyway. So anyway, I'm going to put a date on that little thing right there and call that one done. And then I'll turn the page. Back in the days, but my mother had no problem letting us play with glitter. She didn't care. It was we had to do it in the kitchen so she could sweep up our mess. And she had a little room downstairs. It was an old bedroom. And when my two oldest brothers went to college, she well, actually it was after my other brother got married. Then she burned burned the bed in the in that bedroom. There was bunk beds, and then she made that into her craft room, so we could always go down and play at the table. But my mom always did, like I said, she always did um, table decorations, and she was real big on door wreaths. And every fall or into the summer, we Daddy would bring up the old vines from the end of the farm. That we had a whole bunch of vines, tree vines up there, and the grapevines, and we would sit around in the yard and make our grapevines wreaths. We'd sit and make 3 or 4 at a time. Hi, Lisa. Belinda remembers. Candy remembers. Lisa says, yes, ma'am. Those were the days. I'm done with this. I was just wanting to do a little detail on the butterfly. So that page is done. And so I am going to flip this over, but it's still wet. So I'm not going to work on the back side until next time. And I'll use this one up here for the second set of prompts. So we get to use stamps. We get to use a napkin. Oh, I know. Loose glitter is bad. Mm, I've never had a bad experience, but there could be there could be a lot of bad experiences. So I can get a napkin out of the napkin book. And I need some black and yellow felt. So we're going to felt a little bit. Okay. Candy says the glitter glue is not sparkly enough. I know it. I understand that. So I'm going to use a stamp, and I'm going to stamp my girl there. Can she be in the garden? Can she be in the garden? And then I get to use texture paste, black, yellow, a word. I need a household item and some felt. Let me go and get me a household item. Since we're doing bees, I hate to do this to y'all again, but I always go to this little stamp pad right here for it's a hot pad from the kitchen, and I use it. I'm going to use it, and I think I'm going to use it in texture paste. So I'm going to put this little piece of napkin down first. Have to take the back of it off. If you don't, it'll come up. It'll come off. So we want to glue this down like that. And I'm just going to glue it down with this. This brown paper absorbs a lot of the glue, so you have to sort of put it on thick because it drinks it up. It's a brown paper grocery bag. And then I could put this down, and I don't know which way I want to put it. I was going to put it this way, just because. So we'll let that there. And then we're going to get our some ink, and we can pick the color we want on this particular ink. Um, I've got plum. I'll just use plum. I'll use the purple. Been using it all day. And I'm going to only go halfway down. And I'm going to get some texture paste, and she's going to be in the garden. What are you counting, Lisa? What are you counting? Curious Minds wants to know. There's our stamp. Yay! And I'm going to make up some texture paste, and I'm going to make it a color. And I think I'm going to use maybe just some yellow for uh, or gold. We use gold. And put some uh, beehive bee combs. We're going to put some combs around, and we're going to make a bumblebee. Oh, I was going to put some texture paste in it, which is this, my spackle. And I do have, Joe said he was going to get me some more of it. It's still working. I just need a little bit. Mix it in the gold. It's not gold enough, so I'll put a little bit more gold in it. Okay. Oh, she's crocheting a dress for your granddaughter. How nice. And she's counting rows and stitches and all that good stuff. Okay, I got you. Gotta count. So I'm gonna get a little bit more gold out. And mix that up. So what I was going to do, I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but we're going to try it. And we're going to put some honeycomb on in the honeycomb and texture it around the page for texture. And it's not going to be as pretty as I thought it was going to be, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect, but that's perfect enough. Retextured it. So then I have to take and make sure I get all that out of this stencil because I use this all the time. So we'll get it cleaned up here. See about that. So uh when I was a little girl, my grandmother crocheted us, me and my sister, little vest. It was a vest, and you wore it over top of your blouse. And I wore that thing out, I'm telling you. So that's enough of that. And let's mark some of these off. So we used a stamp, we used a napkin, we used texture paste, we used a household item. Now this felt as a bumblebee. So we're going to start with yellow, I guess. And we're going to make a little oval like that. And it'll be tight when we get finished. Let's see here. Get me a needle. So it's going to be a bumblebee. And if you want to, you can draw your bumblebee. You don't have to do what I do. And use a little piece of felt fabric on your art, however you want to help, however you want to do it. It's whatever you interpret the word to be, whatever your interpretation is. And it doesn't take very long to do it. Not really. About the same amount of time as it took me to ink and stamp and get the texture paste out and all that jazz. So there's the other side, and we're going to flip it over and we're going to felt this side down a little bit. Can you all see me? And we can make our bee any way we want. If we want it to be fat, we can make him fat. It's whatever we want it to be. Now I'm going to get some black and make some stripes. I have to watch my fingers at all times. Make sure I don't poke myself. It's the main thing. And then I'm going to snip that off. And tie those loose ends down. And I'm going to do another stripe. Looks like I've used this before. We'll make another little stripe. And I think 2 stripes is enough. And then maybe a head. I can put him a head. His little head up here. And I could do legs, and I've done legs and antlers and stuff all the time. I do all that stuff too. But I think I will. Let me see if I got any black thread. I can still give him some legs. I'm watching my fingers. So there's the top. Okay, here's what we're going to do. There's that. So let me get some black thread. Uh, Over here. I do have beads, but I don't think I need any beads. Gotta get a postage stamp. Just need some black thread. Don't have any. I guess I could use dark green or brown. Blue's good. This dark blue's good. Need some black thread. That's more like yarn. Okay, that's all right. We're going to substitute. We can substitute. Everything at my fingertips. So what we're going to do is we're going to play the snippet game here. Let's see if we can do it. Let's see if we can do this. And I'm sure, and see, I don't even have the little wings on there, but we're just going to make it look like he's got legs. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue down here. Where he'll be. And we're going to lay some legs down on top of the glue. And we can do an antler. This would be a good antler right there. Yeah. There we go. There's his antlers. They're not going to go out. There they go. Let's see if we can do it. Keep it that way. And then we need some more legs. I don't know exactly how many legs they have, but we'll give them a few pair of legs. And then we're going to take this little bumblebee and put him right there on our page. There is our felt. Our black and yellow. And here's our paper clip. Okay, try the other one. There. So there's our paper clip. We've got an extra butterfly. We did textures. Let's see, got our postage stamps on there. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it, Goldie. You said yes. Sorry. So let's find a little postage stamp. There's a flag. There's something Christmassy. Here's a flower. We'll put this flower on there. The little girl's in the flower garden. How about that? There. That. I keep this little box. I have no idea where I got this little box from, but it's perfect for my little desktop postage stamps. And then we need a word, and that's everything. So let's get our word book out. And we do have a word book that I like to use. Let's see what we can do. Uh, live, love, journey, joy, laugh, inspire, dream. There's lots of here in here. So maybe you all can see a word that you like. What word do you like for this garden page? Positive word. Did you all say today? Okay. I just have to find it because I don't know where you were. Today. It should be under the there it is, today, on the edge. Thank you, Sharon. Oh, there's joy. Joy today. We could put joy today on there. Or today's joy. Today's joy would be good. We've got joy today. Let's have some joy today. Who wants some joy today? And I think it was over here too. It could be joy today or today's joy. And we get points for this one because it's Scrabble. We'll put those two on there. I love it. I love our page. So I'm going to leave it like that. I love it. My bumblebee kind of looks like a splat, but like it's a splat. It does. It looks like it's a splat one. Because I'm going to shut the book. He's a fat one. She's the queen bee. Okay. That's the best I can do under the circumstances. So we can put the date on this. This one's 35. Like that. Oh, that's great. Okay. So I just have to take a picture of her and post it in the book, and I've already posted the other page. It's one of my best ones yet. I don't know. This one's awful simple and cute. I just like the simple in it. I can't believe there's 10 items on there. There's the blue, the brayer, the stencil, tissue paper, glitter, hearts, bling, and ribbon. That's 8. But I know I did it. Oh, I used the markers for the butterflies. That's 9. Oh, and the geometric. That's 10. So simple is good. Simple is good. So let me go back over here and edit. And photos. There. And that one. And next. And save. There it is. Good. Okay. Great. So these are kind of still wet, so I'm going to let them dry before I actually shut the book. And it's just 8 o'clock. It's just 8 o'clock. Oh, I thought about working on my bowl for just a minute. Get my bowl started. Get it close to being finished. So let's get my bowl out. So here's my bowl I've been working on. I'm trying to make it a big bowl. I bought 3 of these. I'm going to have bowls coming out of my ears, but I want to make them for projects. Hi, Kathy. Thank you, Sharon. Come on in, everybody. So I've been having so much fun. I just don't know what to do with myself. But we will be making more bowls. And I'm using t-shirt yarn. If anybody needs any questions. Any questions? I'm twirling my yarn. I hear thunder from the distance. We've been having a lot of scattered showers down here. So there's that. So I take it and open it up a little bit. Wrap this around the cord for about 3 or 4 times. It's a project, that's for sure. Okay. Put some of these away. Off my desk. And I guess I could make me up some postcards. Um, I could do that. And the postcard, we're going to do it for 100 days. And I will do mine on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. The same way I've been doing the 100-day project art. I double up on the days that I stream to make it convenient. And the postcard is going to be decorated with one prompt. So it's going to be super easy. And we can do anything we want and add to it, or whatever we feel like doing, because we've got the art supplies to do it. So Juju's going to be giving us the prompts, and Friday night's going to be the first night. Tomorrow night. So I will begin Saturday, and as she gives me the prompts, I'll do them. So no big deal. I don't have to have them a day in advance, because I can wait and do, like, 3 or 4 prompts in one sitting, because you know how I work. I can do it. So that'll be fun. So as you can see, my bowl. So, what else can I tell y'all? I don't know what I did with my map book. It's got to be close by. Okay, I think I've done everything that I'm supposed to do. We talked about the dolls, and we talked about fairies. So I have a funny feeling that I'm going to be doing these bowls for, I'm going to have to start taking them into the bedroom so I can do them when I'm watching TV, and so I can get some bowls made up. And if it gets to be too loose, you can pull on this cord to tighten it up a little bit if it's too relaxed. Good. Using it up. Here we go. And you could make your own t-shirt yarn. There's videos on how to do it. You go around and around and around on the uh, the body part of the t-shirt to make one long continuous yarn. And you don't really have to have this little needle thing. You can use a crochet hook, but it is convenient since I have it. I don't remember what I used them for. Um, I don't remember what I used them for before. I know I did a lot of nursing home crafts, and I might have done something with them, but I don't remember what. I would uh, I would use darning needles. I would get some of the needles that didn't have sharp, the darning needles that were blunt, and then I would put embroidery thread as their thread, and then they could have like pony beads and big hole beads, and they could make jewelry that way. But I was very careful with giving out sharp things. They would have to be um, very responsible with their needle, and I would ask each one, how do you feel about a needle, and they'd have to answer me if they feel comfortable using it, or if they'd rather have the dull darning needle, and I would let them just tell me what they could do. And then I had one gentleman that he'd come back to crafts because he was bored. So he would come back to crafts with me, and we were doing popcorn and thread with the darning needles and the embroidery thread, making popcorn chains to put on the trees for the birds. And he couldn't do it because he shook. So he got one of these needles, and he got to string Cheerios. It was the best time. We had the best time doing stuff. And then I got a hold of a big can of peanut butter. And I don't remember who gave it to me. Somebody from church gave it to me. And I would let them take a pine cone, and I would put the kitchen gloves on them, and I would give them a spoonful of peanut butter to put on the pine cone, and then the next tub would be birdseed, and they would roll the pine cone with the peanut butter on it in this birdseed, and then I tied the string on it, and then I hung it out in the courtyard, which is a dead end courtyard that had 3 or 4 trees in it, and I hung the pine cones in the trees, and the popcorn and the Cheerios. And they could go by every day and check out those trees. Of course, the next month the janitor, would come and take them down. But but it was fun. They got to do that, and I was really proud of the crafts that I got to do with them. It was so fun, so fun. So I've got the end here, and let's get another piece off. And there's a way to do this by snipping a hole. You snip a hole. Let's see if I can do it right. I snip a hole in this side, so I got a hole there, and then I put a hole in this one. See if I do it right. Like that. And I put one here, and then this one I pull through. I pull through if I don't get it knotted up. And I did. Here we go. Pull it through, and I've got my connection. And it's a soft knot. It's a soft knot. Okay? So I'm going to wrap this around and around. I'll get this one started, and then I can quit and do something else. I think I have a hard time doing this type of craft in front of everybody, because I want to. I know I'm making something, but it's not fast. It doesn't work fast enough. But I can show you all how it's coming about. So I can take my needle and go up under here, and you can't really tell where there's just a little piece of fabric there, but you can't really tell what I've done. It blends in. So there. And I start wrapping around in my cordage again, and here we go. Okay. So I'm going to put this away till next time. Put it back in the bag. I got one row on there. We'll work on it again next time. So we get her done. And what else can we do tonight? I didn't have anything else on my list. Does anybody want to do anything in particular? Oh, let's go look for my map book. It's got to be somewhere right here. I've got to have it somewhere close. I've got these little girls. We did these earlier today, if you didn't get to see. Put this over here. On our desk. And we can put this up over here on our desk. Got two more of these days. 2 more days of that we did. Okay. And these are for Happy Mail. Let's see if I thought she would make a pretty doll dress, but I didn't use it today. We'll save it for next time. And there's my math book. Here it is. So these here are going in these envelopes. To go out, and I can put them in tomorrow's mail. Jassy posted. Let me go see Jassy. So this is going to be a chunky envelope, and I had better put it over here so it doesn't tear my envelope. But it's not flat, so that'll have to go with the package, and they'll charge me $4 because it's thick. So we'll see. But those are ready to go. And then, I don't know why I had this one out. Maybe I was going to put it in the doll book. I don't remember. I did think of something, but I don't remember what it was. So she can go into this little pocket. Actually, I might have a better pocket over here. This one. She could go in this pocket. Like that. So there's a little doll book. Having so much fun with all of these books. I am. And then I thought I had this catalog. This is a Swedish catalog. I get it for free. It was 2020. I had no idea if they're still in business. But you see the girls in here, and the models, and their clothes are very, very unique and different. And the producer, the owner of the book, usually has her picture in here too. She should go in the fairy book. Look at that. She's going in the fairy book, guys. Oh yeah. We're going to put her in the fairy book. We lucked out on that one. Lucked out. But see, they're very botanical and outdoorsy, and they have young and older models, which is why I love this book. One of the reasons why I love it. So, let's see if there's any other girls that would be good for the fairy book. I would think just about any of them, really, to be honest with you. She could be a fairy. I would cut her out, put some wings on her. And this one too. Need another drink. I might be able to pick another couple more out of here and use them in the fairy book as well. But she always have live, fresh flowers in her pictures, which I love. It's just her design, her her style, the owner, and usually her picture is in here somewhere. So, but see, I think she would be a cute fairy. I might just have to pick a couple pictures out of here. Use it or lose it. Oh, Jassie's picture. Let me see if I can find hers. Yes, Margaret, I can use my paper clips. I've already put them on my books, all of my books. Did you see? I've got them on my books. There's Jassie's. There's her, the hearts, the purple, the bling, some lace on the edge. That's good, Jassie. Here's her. There's our positive word, inspiration and creation. She's got butterflies. She made her postage stamps. Good girl. If you don't have it, draw it. Very nice. Oh, she did so good, and she works in a composition notebook. That is so cool. Thank you, Jassy. Let me put me likes on it. There we go. And there's mine. And I think I should put in um, the pictures I did yesterday in my fairy book. Oh, and my doll. I should put my doll in there. Heavens to Betsy. See, I got a paper clip. I had one on here. Come off. It's right here somewhere. I might have taken it off. But my doll, I should take a picture of my doll with my fairies that I made yesterday. Let's see if I can do it. Just not enough room in here. So let's see here. Let's go over here. We did her. We did her. And I can put them in my Facebook group too. Okay, that's good. Little update. So let's put her back in the Solly book. Lost the page. We could put her on this page. So hi Angela. Hi Vanessa. We'll hope you get well soon, Vanessa. Not feeling good. And this one came off of this book. Like that. So let's go over here. And we got 2 pages. See, the paper's just right for this. It's not shiny. But, oh, I love her. She's perfect for the fairy book. And I think I'm going to just do a little wiggly around the edges of it. I'm not going to cut her out. I like the background, and I'll blend it in with some paint. Like that. Like that. And it'll go right here. So I really don't have any plans on how I'm going to, how I was going to do this book. And yes, Teresa, I showed them. Yes, Teresa, thank you. I've got some to put in my map book in a second. I'm going to use them. I cut a whole page of them up. Thank you, Teresa. So we'll glue this down real good. Real good. And then I'll get my credit card out. It's just funny how things come together for me. It is just so funny. I'm like a cat. I land on my feet. And we'll use this one on another page. And I'm going to do probably the same thing. I'll just do a little wavy line around her. Just a little wavy there. She'll go on another page. And here's what I did yesterday. I would take a little bit of paint, and I used several shades of green, some beige, and some white. And I've got some other greens that I can probably use. So here's what I like to do. I'll put this in the back. So, and I did it with my fingers. Uh, okay. So what I did is I would just take different shades of greens and go around the edges and blend it in with the picture. Can you sort of see where I'm going with all of this? Can you see? Am I in the picture? And just a little bit of this and that, like that. And I bring it into the picture too. So my tree kind of goes up, and it's just hit and miss. Does that make any sense? Am I as clear as mud? As my mother would say, clear as mud. And then, because she's walking in the field, in the forest. She's in the meadows. And then I'm going to take this other green and add a little bit of this here and there. I need to put a book in her hands so that she can be looking for flowers to press. I've got pressed flowers to put on here too. And this is just what I call messy painting. Just painting up a mess. Just to give it some interest. Just a little bit of that. And you see her net? I might have some netting that I can make a real piece of net. I'll make her a net. Vanessa said, what's she talking to me about? Sorry about gold. Steph having a bad day. Journaling AL, the good memories that you had with her. Don't know anything about journaling AL. Okay. So this is really messy and everything, but I'm going to tone it back because you see how she has some mist in the field. It might be dusk or dawn, cool, uh, in the morning. Oh, thank you, Goldie. Well, Vanessa, thank you. You've already mailed me stuff. You've already mailed me some pretty things. Thank you. Thank you, Vanessa. And so I've got this white, and now this white is Prang is the brand, and it came from the Dollar Tree, and I don't want any more of it. It's not my favorite paint, but for what I'm getting ready to do just now is perfect for it because it's translucent, and I'm going to add some more mist back to my page, and it's really it looks like hand cream. It is supposed to be white, so I'm putting it on around the edges, keeping that theme going. And so you see how I did that? Just nonchalant, and the faster you do it, the better it comes out. That's the way I think. That's just the way I think. The faster, the better. So, so I'm going to quit that for the moment, and I'm going to go over here and see if I can't find any netting. I know I've got the pink netting, but let's see if I can have any white. There might be. That's so much stuff. I've got pink. I'll make a pink one. A pink butterfly net. How about that? Okay. Okay. So I just need a little piece of it. Just have to find a corner. So I'll put this back away for next time. It's so pink. It's light enough. So we're going to uh make us a little net. So how are we going to do it? I think if I just do a couple of little ovals here, and then we can just glue them down like that. And then we'll be done. So we did that. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to glue down till I'm happy. Giving it a 3D look. So I'll put that there. And we'll put that there. Is it going to take? I might have to use the white glue. The first one went down okay. So I'll put a little bit of glue. And then we'll put this one down. And you know, I can't even see it. Can't hardly see it. And you know what? We could put a butterfly in it. Let's do that. Let's do that. Uh, just for fun. I know I've got these pressed flowers, but what if we had a butterfly and a little flower in her in her net that got stuck up in the net, and put a little butterfly up there? Okay, there we go. And let me think. Let me think. A butterfly. Would it be in my stickers? Where would I find a really nice butterfly? Small enough to go in there. What's going on here? So, something pastel would be good. That's too big. I do have crowns. If we ever need a crown. Got these little flowers. Excuse me. This is what I like to have. This is a rub-on. I'd like to have that right there. Think I could do it? It would rub on. It would rub on underneath the netting. Wouldn't it? My allergy pill is wearing off. That is all allergies. And some of these I could easily use, you know, throughout the book. I have things in here that I could easily use in the book. I'm digging. If I find the right thing, I'll have it. What were these? Bees. I could put a bumblebee up in there. Here's another gold. There's some birds, but I still think it'd be too big. up there. I'd like to get something a little smaller. Here's what I want. This size. This size. Okay. Yeah, I could do the rub on, but I didn't know if it would work real good on the netting unless I put it underneath the netting. But what I wanted to do is I've got one more piece of netting to go over top. So if I put this big butterfly right here in there, in the net, you know, then I could put this last piece of netting over top. And since she's a fairy, she's collecting butterflies. She's not collecting fairies because she's the fairy. Does that make sense? Does it make sense? So let me just put a little bit of more glue down here and just tacking it down basically. Like that. And of course, it's not wanting to stick. I might have to leave it open, but that's exactly what I wanted. And then I got these little flowers. So let's get some of these out. And they got bling on them. They got little stones. So, do we want to put some in her hand? Or just put them on the ground around her? Something like that. And she has a little flower in her hair. So we can cover that up and put another one of these on there. How about them apples? I like it. Gonna leave it at that. So, what do y'all think about that? What else does it need? What else does it need? I think I've done a good job on it. I'm going to glue this butterfly down a little bit better. It's not sticking to that netting. So we'll see if, and that glue should dry clear. So they say. So, all right. I love that. All I need now is my date. Then we're going to go into the map book for the evening. This is called Library Green. Like that. Perfect. So, I told you all that's great. That's great. I'm going to leave that, take a picture of it and leave it open so that that glue up there will dry. And it should. All right. You know, my best pages and my best work is when I just dive in and work on it. And then I think about, oh, what do I have in my room that I can add on, and I get to thinking, and then it kind of snowballs on me. And then voila. And then this little girl's over here, but I'm going to save her for another day. I'm just super happy with all of that. That is really sweet. So we spiced her up a little bit. So let me just put that over there. And we'll keep this book back out and look for more fairies in it and see what we can find. I got 2 pictures today. But you see how this little girl here, she's got this leaf right here in her belt. That's from all of the flowers that they have around when they take their pictures. They all have fresh flowers and things in their hands. See, now she would be a good fairy. I like her. I know she don't have no legs, but well, can't win them all. But I got several pages to work on. Don't show off your girls. So, but the clothes are just real casual, and they wear a lot of layers. And up in Switzerland, it's cool up there. They're up north. They're up like as high as Canada is, even a little bit higher maybe. And see, with all of the green and the stuff around here, she would be a good fairy. She's dressed in green. And I could put wings on them. I've got some big butterflies that I can cut the wings apart, and I've also got stamps that are wings, angel wings. And here's some of the flowers that they have in their shoots, and I'm sure they're fresh. They're pretty, whatever they are. Little bathing beauties. See, she's got a seashell in her belt. I just love it. She's got her little basket on her belt to put her seashells in. Just love it. Love it, love it, love it. See, I put some wings on her. She's green. I'll tear them out whether we use them or not. It's a 2020 book, so it's got to be used up. We've got to use it up. And I'm just flipping through. That's enough for now. See, this has got some more of the netting. Okay, we're going to put this over to the side. And we'll put these in the back of the fairy book for possibilities. So it is, we got 5 more minutes. So let's look at my meander book. Now, this was made out of a big giant Texas map, okay? And I cut it up. I showed you all when I cut it up and how I put it together. And we flip it this way, and then when we get to the end, we get to flip it on the back side too. So it's double-sided, so it's all continuous, okay? And I have some of Teresa's little stamps here, and I thought maybe we could use some of these. I'd like to get in here on some of the map pages, and we could put some of these in here. And I do have something special that I can use. I have a tape runner, and I just happen to know that vellum doesn't like uh, wet glue very well at all. I'm not sure about the glue stick, but we can try it. But we can also try a a tape runner that I have, and I'm going to get to it here in just a second before I have a craft ranch. Right before, okay, I get my tape runner. That's right here. And I don't use it very often, but I've got one of these. It used to be real popular 5 years ago, 10 years ago. This used to be real popular, and it has clear glue dots on it. And let me see if I can figure out how to use it. But you would go to the back of your project and just run the tape on the back of your picture, and it puts these double-sided tape there, and then you can put it on your page. That's how easy it is. So I like that. So my idea is to put a few of these on here and get them on like that. So Julie Nutting Bowl Dolls. No, I'm not. Julie Nutting. I am not familiar with that. Here is a, can't tell which side is which. And with the vellum, it's kind of both sides. So I'll put my there. And then this one has some words. We're all mad. We're all mad, it says. Some Alice in Wonderland pictures here, and I'll put the Mad Hatter over here on that. Just like that. So this is working out really good. I have a feather. I don't know. We'll put it down. Once we start get going in this book, it's a glue book. So anything goes in your blue book. In your blue book. So These are little ink stamps from Teresa. And if all I ever do to this book is just put something down on each page, that's all it needs, you know. If ever I need to do anything in this book, this is all I need to do. And just glue away. And I can go back and add more things. Okay. This way. Okay. So I've got started. You can also just glue in paper if you want to just glue in paper. And I could put a belly band in here like that and trim that off, and that's a belly band under there. There's a belly band under there. And we can just even take scrap papers and glue them down in the books as well. So we've got just a few more here, and I'll quit after this. So I hope everybody has enjoyed the evening like I have. And if you need anything, message me. If I've forgotten to do something, message me. And I will be back Saturday, and we will do it again. We will do it again. Teresa, thank you for all my stamps that you sent me. These are so nice. I've got more of them. That's like one whole page. And we will leave it at that tonight. So, there we go. I'll put my needle in the glue, close my book up, and we'll work on this again. And I think I'm good to go. Got my desk cleaned off a little bit. So I will see you guys Saturday. I'll see y'all in the chat room somewhere. And I'm going to have to remind myself to make some postcards. Let's see. 4 by 6. This is something that Juju sent me. I think it would be a good postcard starting point. Let's see if I can just cut me a couple of postcards to put on my desk. Maybe not. I was trying to get to my cutter here. Yes, we had a really nice time. I think we're doing 4 by 6 postcards. So this is 12. So we'll do exactly 6 inches. And then we'll do 4 inches. And this is probably exactly 9. So we can still do our postcards. Yes, we will do 4 inches. And then we'll have to think about what we want to put our postcards in. And I might have to make me something to put 100 postcards in. We got Dolly. Oh, I don't want to cut her off. I don't want to cut her head off. Let's do it this way. All right. We've got some postcards to start off with. Okay. And Juju's gonna start doing the postcards tomorrow night, Friday night. So, with that being said, I'm gonna say goodbye. See you all later. Thanks for hanging out with me. It's been a great night. Good night, everybody.